Hi! Let's talk about my gear. I'm going to make a series of all my drum gear and my studio equipment as well. And here, in this first part, I'm going to talk about my drums. But not my cymbals, just drums. Alright? I use exclusively Tama drums, although I don't have an endorsement deal with them, but I love them. I play Tama drums since 2000. My first drum kit was affordable, no-name, made in Taiwan drum set, but it was a pretty good drum set compared to what the modern Chinese drum set look like. And then I upgraded my drum set with a Tama Rockstar from the 90s. It was a fabulous drum set. I loved it as I cannot say how much I loved this drum set. First I had the 2 rack toms and 1 floor tom, 1 snare and 1 kick. And then I upgraded the drum set with 1 extra 10-inch tom. Remember, it was the 90s. The 10-inch was the small one, not like it is now, where the 8 is the small one. A 16 floor, and then I upgraded with an 18 floor. And then, because I had a crash on Mike Portnoy, I bought another bass drum. So I had 2 bass drums, 3 racks, 2 floors, a bunch of different snares, and probably more than 20 cymbals. But that was ages ago. Then, when the Silver Star line came in production, I thought it was time to upgrade my drum kit, and I sold my old Rockstars, and I bought the new Silver Star drums from Tama, not in this color, but in the burgundy sparkle. The kit was absolutely amazing, but then I sold it, and I bought another drum set. Again, it was a Silver Star with the 16-inch bass drum, the Metro Jam, I think it was called. And then I switched and bought this one. This is the same kit. It is a Tama Silver Star all birch shells. It is an amazing drum set, especially for recording, which I do mostly. This drum set stays here in my studio. It never goes out. It is, I'm going to say it for people to know. This used to be the Tama Star Classic Performer back in the 90s, the old bird shells. The difference, in my opinion, are the hoops and the lugs and the Starcast mounting system. Everything else is pretty much the same. So you get a Star Classic in the price of approximately 1,000 euros or dollars, whatever. So I made this switch and I am totally happy. The kit consists of a 10-inch rack tom, which I don't use right now. Occasionally, if I need it, I take out my 12-inch and put this baby on, if the music requires. A 12-inch tom, a 14, and the 16. I also use the snare that came with it, which is a Tama Silver Star 5x14. See here, glorious. I changed the snares. These are the Star Classic snares for it to have a greater sound still. This is an absolutely amazing snare drum. and it's very affordable if you find it used. So go get one. Also, my main snare drum is a Tama Metalworks 14 by 6.5 from, I believe it was released back in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. This snare is mid-range price-wise, like the SLP line, I should say, by Tama. This snare is an absolute beast of a snare. Because I'm a rocker, mainly, I wanted a 6.5 by 14 snare drum, metal, all metal, and this one has the black hoops and the black lugs also. Basically, it's all black chromies, I should say, and it's fantastic. It's an amazing snare drum. I cannot say enough about this. And my bass drum is 22 by 18, a very standard kick drum. What else? I also use this mini concert tom, I should say. It's an 8-inch. I made this one. I bought a drum shell and I cut it so there will be no bottom head. I use it as an effect drum, and it's have a pretty nice sound to it. I also have another 14-inch timbali, I should say, a drum with no bottom head, which I used that one as well as an effect drum. And drum heads. Let's talk about drum heads. I use only Remo drum heads, only Remo. On both of my snares I use the control sound, very standard drum head, and all my toms use the clear Emperors. On the bass drum, what else? Power Stroke 3 clear. I'm pretty happy with the sound. I use the Emperors at least 15 years. I don't need to change anything. I have tried all the other models, but I trust my Emperors. I also use in my kick drum the Remo Phalam Slam to protect my drum head, and also to have a little bit of click when I hit it. I also use this Tama, let me grab one, tension logs to keep my snare drum in tune all the time. I also use the Hendrix, it's called? Tension lockers or washers to make every drum stay in tune. And I also use the Tama Loctite washers. So pretty much everything to keep the drums in tune, so I don't have to make changes between recordings. What else? I have a Pure Sound snare wires on my main snare, and the Tama Star Classic, as I said before, on my Silver Star snare drum. And that pretty much covers my drum set. Also, I use all Tama hardware. Everything is Tama. The cymbal stands, these mini stands here, except for this one. This is a Millennium brand, but I have no problems with it. It's to keep my crash here, and everything else I hang to it. And I have a very, very, very minimal set. I don't like many stands in the way. As you can see, I have 2 cymbal stands and this one, 3. And everything is hanging off of them. This stand holds my right cymbal, my crash and my china. Here on my tom I have this mini stand, a simple attachment to have my splash. Here is my crash, and here is my other crash with the accessories I have here. And well, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 2, which I'm going to talk about my cymbal setup. Thank you and bye bye.